Miss
Yeah.
Deeds.
After hours, after hour. So after hour, man, I think last week was fun though, since we had one, we just had the same format today. Yeah, we can start with AK, go through Chef T and T. Ask a question. So it could be anything. Last week was very, very romantic. Just do whatever I want to do. So
Oh,
AK, you go first, Chef T, second T, third.
yeah, for sure, man. But since we're
Mm.
the topic of mental health, my first
Mhm.
question about Aziz, um, what is one thing, when it pertains to mental health that you want for everybody to understand?
Say that everybody has something that has the potential to trigger them, and understanding what that trigger is the first step in actually conquering that trigger. So the bigger picture is that it's okay to be human, right? It's okay to have moments, but you do need to understand and be aware of what those moments look like, how you can be triggered into those moments, and then de-escalation strategies for those moments, so you can actually function in a healthy way.
Okay. T, when it pertains to mental health in men, um, what is something that you would like for the men to understand from a woman's perspective?
I think the first thing I'll say is there's a lot of women out there that are safe spaces. Um, I'll start with that because it's a general consensus that um women don't, which is true, women don't understand men's issues and all, and all we want to do is talk back and blab and don't take it seriously. But know that there are some people out there who can and who are safe spaces for y'all. Test the waters and you'll find out.
Cool. Chef T, um,
Yo.
when it comes to the topic of anger,
Mm.
I know a lot of people talk about how mellow and calm you are, things like that, but pretty sure that you've been around folks who have that in them. You know what I mean? I'm not speaking of men, just men today. So what are some ways that you yourself you've tried to avoid it over time and not be prone to anger? And how do you also translate that to most of your uh, good friends or your brothers?
So just to be clarified, you said how I avoid anger, and then what was the second part?
How do you translate that to most of your friends, right? Say, for example, you know a friend who is too quick to prone to anger. How do you, if you do, translate that attitude to them? How do you help them?
Oh, okay.
Yes, yeah.
Well, yeah, avoidance of anger. I think just staying on the mental health topic, you got to be careful of your words. I think through personal relationships with guys and girls, the way how you say certain things can trigger people, and that can lead to someone going from 1 to 100 real quick. So I try to be careful of how I say certain things at times. In a way of translating that when someone's in that space or try and translate to others. Um, I just I just try to communicate and see where they're coming from in a sense to try to diffuse the situation or let them know that hey, like it's not really what you see it as. Because I think a lot of times we don't put ourselves in the other shoe of another person. So a lot of times it's easy to feel like you're being attacked or this person is crazy how they're coming at you. So I try to put myself in their shoes, and then at the same time I just try to decipher the situation the best way I can. If it's kind of like hearing them out and then creating a solution in a way where it's like of understanding, but at the same time, uh, not trying to compromise who I am when it comes to the situation. Like I'm not just going to roll over, but I'm a compromise in a peaceful manner to let them know that hey, I think this is a route that we can go when it comes to this issue. So I think that has been a better route for me. Whereas maybe in the past when I was younger, I'm used to retaliate in a sense of feeling like I'm attacked. So it's like you throw a punch, I'm throwing one back. So I try to take it back and try to go more of a peaceful route in the communication manner.
Okay. Speaking about feeling attacked, MCJB, when you feel attacked, what's your approach?
Please, Lord Jesus, help me. That's what my mom taught me how to say. When I grew older, I changed it from, please, Lord Yehoshua, help me. And secondly, I don't remember the last time I went to bed mad at someone. So I trained myself. I trained myself not to bear grudges. Yeah. I can be so mad, so pissed off, but when I go to bed, I want to wake up. My great grandmother told me when you sleep and you're mad, you're going to die in your sleep. So I grew up knowing that you don't have to go to bed mad. So you make me mad, I pray for you. Because the Bible says before you pray for God to answer your prayers, you need to forgive all those who have made you mad. So I pray for those who have trespassed against me, so my sins can be forgiven by the Lord. So that's how I overcome that.
Oh, Ashley. Do you feel okay? Let me turn up a little bit. Has there ever been a moment where you felt like you were not a safe space for a man, and what was that like for you? And how did you try to correct that? Not specific to that said person, but maybe that or in some other way.
Yeah, I do feel like it's been a time where I was in a safe space for a person. I feel like ultimately it has to be, so you guys say that we create a safe space, but in reverse it's kind of the same thing as well. So if I feel like I can't, you're not a safe space for me, in return, I can't be there for you. So I think I got to a point where I was in a situation to where, I didn't feel that, that person was a safe space for me. So in return, I just shut down. Like I didn't want to, be there for them. So I think it was a choice that I made, honestly. And when you're in a situation like that, you just get out of it, honestly. Sometimes it takes a little bit more time, depending on the dynamic of the relationship. But it's something that you can't stay in. Like if you can't be a safe space for a person and they can't be one for you, like really, what's the point of being in a situation like that? So it's just something that you have to, get out of, honestly.
For sure. All right. I think that was me. Somebody else there and go. Oh, I think I have one for Tutu. Still in that same boat of mental health. Let me see. Oh yeah. So Tutu. At work, right? How do you, when that one guy like pisses you off, be it how to chew, the walk, the talk? Has ever been a moment when you actually vocally voiced that out? Was it in a nice way or not in a nice way? How did you think they took it? And did you go back to like apologize and say, hey man, I think I was wrong in that aspect of things?
Just a scenario of what if somebody did something to me,
Not
or
that it necessarily did it, but it was more of, them chewing, for example, or walking a certain way and things like that. And he just irked you, and then you like gave some bad comment to it, and they heard it. If that has ever happened.
no. Mm-mm.
No? Okay, cool. Well, that's it for me.
So
Okay. So you just went straight just with your mental health questions. Nice.
Yeah. I think that was a
Nice.
topic that I did.
Yo. Okay. Thank you so much, man. So I'll shift you over to you, boy.
all right, I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. So for the viewers, we're not gonna stay on mental health. Let's go to T. T, it's a two-part question. You might have spoke about this before, but enlighten the listeners. Tell us what hiking does for you, and give somebody 3 tips that they would need to learn if they wanted to go on a hike.
Let me start with a tip. You need good shoes. good hiking shoes. It's a great, wait, you said tips. Never mind. That doesn't apply. Get, not sponsored, but get the All Trails app. It shows you different trails in your area by difficulty, by distance, and all that. It's a good resource. That's how I find my trails, wherever I go. So it works across the US. The third tip is, shoot, and make sure you do like spending time with yourself if you go on a hike, because you really will be alone with yourself. So I guess.
Does it have to be a solo trip?
No, I mean, you could. Well, that ties into the first part of your question for me, right? I like going on hikes with people, but by myself, if that makes sense. So, like, we don't really have to talk on the hike. We just in a group. I'd rather not talk, but we're together, if that makes sense. But I do, hiking for me is, there's just something about the peace and quiet of just being out there, nowhere but the birds and the trees. There's just something about that serene environment that just is calming to me.
Nice.
Yes, I don't know how else to explain it, but
Nah,
yeah.
that's great. That's great. I'm gonna go to MCJB next. So MCJB, you spoke about in the past of, you being a philosopher and a lot of studies that you've read. And you've also mentioned in the past that, you're really into sapiosexual, like-minded people. So my question to you is, when it came to your wife, did she check off that box when it came to sapiosexual? And then to the philosopher side of you for the second part, would you say you are a person that's always, I guess, like a researcher of just like seeking knowledge, or, the way of discovering new things?
Great question. Great questions. For my wife, the reason why I got married to my wife, yeah, uh, she would definitely check that box because I make life a little bit too complicated, and I know that. I am very, very complicated for no reason. I just choose to be abstract. And my wife happens to be someone who actually is very, very funny. My wife will pass as a stand-up comedian. She's so funny, so I think she compliments me on that side. And for you to have that tendency where you can make someone laugh, you soften a lot of things. So number one aspect I was looking for a woman is a woman who can actually compliment me when it comes to us not being too serious, because I am so abstract and I have OCD. Then I have a philosophical mindset. A woman who is a slave queen will not be happy around me. So that was easy for my wife to actually check off that box. And also now when it came to we talk about me as an individual trying to uh the second part of the question is, let me get it very well. What is the question again? Let me just answer it brightly.
I said, you spoke about a lot of times that you're a philosopher, that you've done a lot of studies when it comes to that. So I said, are you someone that, you would count yourself as someone who's always seeking knowledge from the philosopher aspect, or trying to find like understanding of I guess like life, new creations, new ways of seeing things?
Yes, thank you so much. I think I have to share. I have to share with you guys I think a podcast I did with one other guy. I was talking about my life. So I went to law school. I came to the state. I was trying to become a physical therapist. Okay, when I'm not holding the mic, I'm a soccer referee, licensed. You understand? So I am a jack of all trade, and I think like all the things that I do, I'm a master of some of them. Okay, so I am seeking for knowledge because I believe in mankind. Okay, once you believe in mankind, you want to find common ground to make sure that everyone around you is happy. That's why even I will talk to a Republican, I'll talk to a Democrat, I'll talk to an independent. I don't have those boundaries, like I have to talk to this particular person at a time. So my knowledge right here is from the things that I've learned. Philosophy teaches you that, or will teach you that you have to know the less and less of everything other than just knowing more about chemistry, biology, and geography. No, philosophy teaches you to know a little bit about all those things. Then you can actually have something to talk around people around you. So I'm the person who discusses with a homeless person onto the person sitting next to me on the first class on a flight. So I have no barriers when it comes to that. So seeking for knowledge is something that I feel like no one can truly seek knowledge. They call it epistemology in philosophy. You can actually get to the core of it. All you do is just get a little bit of it, then try to pass it over to mankind. That's all.
I appreciate that.
Thank
Wonderful answer. Thank you for sharing. Next, we have Tutu. Come over here.
I stuff in my face. Damn.
Oh wow! I don't know if JB caught that, but yours is a two-part question as well. So it's going to be a mixture. First part with mental health that we spoke about. We talked about creating safe spaces. When it comes to dealing with the opposite sex, do you have male figures or role models in your life that you can go to when it comes to understanding a man, or how to express yourself to a guy if it's in your relationship or whatever, or just how to communicate that? And the second part is I know you always talked about from the romance side that you're big on romantics and things of this nature. So have you ever been in a position where basically a guy, have you sought out, because you know what you like on the romance side, have you ever sought out maybe what the guy likes when it comes to certain things, and done that for him, and how did that turn out?
Okay, so the first part was the whole mental health. Do I have figures? Yeah, I feel like I do. I kind of talk to my dad in a sense, but my dad is not really always the best person because my dad, just like how like AK and MCJB were kind of saying, my dad kind of sometimes be on that African mentality. That's what I call it. So it's like here or there with him, but he does say like he kind of gives me perspective from growing up in Sierra Leone and things like that. So with certain things, I feel like I could talk to him, but when it's like kind of in depth things, because I remember like when I said that about my dad, it's like I remember I told him, I was like, hey, I'm stressed. And the man sat here and asked to talk about, so what do you mean you're stressed? And I'm like, what do you mean I'm stressed? Like, he's like, you don't have nothing to be stressed about. You don't do anything, like just things like that. So I feel like there's a certain cap to talking to my dad when it comes to like, so if I was to go to him and be like, oh, I'm depressed, that man said he'd be like, let me actually really give you something to be depressed about. So that's that. But like when it comes to, I have like some guy friends that I feel like I could talk to, and in a sense, kind of get their perspective. Like I said, I'm kind of big now on kind of just choosing peace. So it's like, okay, before I jump to conclusions or jump to anything, let me hear, or let me, try to see from another person's point of view. So that way it's like, okay, I kind of get an understanding rather to just quick to jump to conclusions and things. So that's what that, did I answer the question? Is that what you?
Yes, you did. You did. You spot on 100%.
And then you said the second part was in the romance, if it's like, how do I, if the guy voices out what he likes, how do I go about it?
Yeah, and then how did that turn out in a sense? Because I asked how does that turn out, because you mentioned that I can do all these things for a guy and he still picks someone else. So I want to know, in a situation where a guy told you things that he liked, you did it, and I want to know, how did that turn out for you?
Well, also, okay, so with me, I am a person that like, I'll do things. I don't really need somebody to tell me. Granted, like a guy can sit here and tell me like, oh, this is what I like and this is what but I'm just naturally that type of person that I do things because I really care. And I really like, when I love hard. So I won't really need you to tell me like, oh, this way, but I do appreciate like if there's certain things that you like, I would definitely like, okay, let me adjust, let me see, let me how I can, bring this and incorporate this in. But usually I just take it upon myself to like certain things, like I'm very big on like little details and stuff, whether it be I'm very observant, like when somebody tells me something, I listen, like I make sure I remember. So somebody can sit here and tell me like, oh, I love like Twix. I'll go to the store and I'll get you a whole big ass pack of Twix. You get what I'm saying? Like I'm that type of person that like I remember the little things. But I mean, I've done that. Like my last relationship, I did that. And obviously I'm not in a relationship. It didn't work out. So it's just like, okay, you can tell me to do all this stuff, but at the end of the day, it's like, why tell me in a sense to do it if you already knew? And I think that's sometimes be my issue, where I just be like, if you know that I'm not the person for you, don't waste my time. You know what I'm saying? Like it could have just been avoided. So I don't know. I'm just,
So
yeah.
you felt his intentions wasn't there when it came to the end.
Yeah, I just felt like as if like we did this and we were together for a very long time. And it's just like, okay, we're together for this while. And then all of a sudden it's just like, oh, I'm not ready to do this, or I'm not ready, da 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 da. And it's just like, well, homeboy, you could have been said something from the jump. We could have both decided to sit here and not waste each other's time. But hey, it is what it is. Lesson learned. You move on from that, you take it on the chin and you move on.
No, I appreciate that. I'm gonna switch it over to Uncle AK next. Since I'm gonna just give everybody two part. For you, I believe you might have spoken this in the past, but enlighten us again. I know you're very adamant when it comes to your production and work and things that you do. Just kind of give us like a breakdown of how you have like a work-life balance when it comes with that of just work and finding space for yourself. And then on the second part, how do you go about kind of a mental health question, being in a new stage in your life with a family and things of that nature, and knowing of some challenges that are going to come about that's new. How do you deal with these things? Do you go to elders, seek knowledge from others, or is it more like, me and my family, we're going to roll with the punches and, go with it as it comes?
I'll answer both questions in one.
Okay.
I feel like, well, both go hand in hand because, well, first of all, I'm a workaholic. I love to work. I don't like to be idle. Feel as though idleness is the devil's workshop, and idle mind is the devil's workshop. So I like to work. So with that, I'm always constantly looking for new ideas, new ways to perfect what I'm doing already. When I don't have time with the fam, that's what I'm doing. And when the fam needs me, that's I'm over there too, working on family stuff at the same time. But I also put family first, you know what I mean? So everything revolves around that. Uh, So with that said, most of my passions, most of the God-given abilities I have, they've been hounding me by family, since growing up. It was either farming, um, learning new skills and things like that. So um, being that, I acquire all these things, I can't turn them off. If you catch me just idle, you'll see it in action because I'll be doing the wrong thing. Like I'll be drinking or smoking, things of that sort. So I just try to, constantly, keep my mind active, keep my days going by working. And also too, there's a thrill in learning new things. There's a thrill in,
Mm.
say for example, from editing. And I really get frustrated by those things because it's like, damn, I found this new thing and it works perfectly. But then you get to another point and it's just messy, you know what I mean? So finding those new things and making it easier day by day by day is a thrill in it. So um, I just keep going. And then, having a daughter now it's been a blessing, you know what I mean? Because uh,
Nah,
just
dope.
just the other day, like sometimes it's like sometimes it doesn't really hit me, till I do something very stupid and then like I get reminded, what I mean? Like just the other day, I almost ran off the road, like I almost got into the ditch. And then, when I got back home, I was like, dang, that really happened. I mean, I got up, I was like, damn, that really happened. What if, start playing all the what ifs and all whatnot. And, it was just kind of a wake up call, a moment, call to action, like, yo, uh, you keep playing with fire, one day it's really gonna burn. So yeah. I don't know if I answered your question, but
Nah, you did. Appreciate that. I'm gonna go to Kingdom Made, Kingdom Paid next. Also, two-part question. First of all, you're a kingdom man. You speak on it a lot. In sense of relationship, how do you go about when dealing with a partner, expressing yourself when it comes to being a kingdom man and what you expect out of them? And the second part question would be is give us some fitness tips for people who are trying to get ripped like yourself. What are some things that people can do to stay in shape?
So I'm gonna need you to repeat each question one by one.
All right. Well, the first question, I said, you being a kingdom man in a relationship, how do you go about expressing yourself as the kingdom man? How do you show that to your partner? And what are things that you look into your partner, knowing that you are a kingdom man when it comes to that part? And then I'll ask you the second part after.
Appreciate you, bro. Thank you. So in terms of relationship, I don't really project my spirituality and relationship with God along with, right? I actually lead by example. I am who I am, and you'll kind of catch that if we're around each other enough, right? And then the other thing I do really, really well is I know how to serve, right? So I champion like doing things that makes her smile, right? And just in doing that on a consistent basis, what ends up happening is that she gets curious about who I am, what I'm about, and to whose I am. And it leaves openings for conversations about those things, right? So I don't go out of my way and say, you should be going to church, this is this, da 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 da, this, that, and the third. I actually do the complete opposite, right? I actually meet people where they really are, right? I'm actually curious about who you really are, right? I don't want your representative, right? I want to know who you are and what you really would do in certain situations. And then I go out of my way to make sure that I curate moments that make you happy. So just in doing all of those things, right, it creates an environment where we can actually be completely safe and free. And once we get there, then everything else flows from that. But you don't have to be kingdom. You don't have to be kingdom woman, right? You don't have to be church every Sunday. You don't have to read every passage. As a matter of fact, I prefer the complete opposite, right? Because I feel like a lot of kingdom people are outside the church and don't even know that they're kingdom. So I see kingdom qualities in people every single day. And a lot of people that are quote unquote in the kingdom, I see a lot of carnal qualities in them. So it becomes one of those things.
And I think I'm going to switch up the second part now that you said that. So it's staying in the same line of the first question. So how long is your vetting process when it comes to this of dealing with someone? Is it something that can take you up to a year that you're dealing with someone? How does that process look for you when it comes to dealing with someone in a relationship?
So that really depends on the person, right? I like people that are completely transparent, vulnerable, and honest about everything, right? If we go on the first date and you lay it all on the table, like, yo, this is who I am, this is what I've done, this is what I'm about, take it or leave it, things can happen really, really fast, right? Because that's who I am too. So if you give me permission to be that person and you create an environment where we can be that honest, yo, I don't know what you mean by vetting. Are you talking about to marriage or are you talking about just dating?
Yeah, vetting to marriage, yeah.
I usually know relatively fast if this can end in happily ever after, right? And it's usually conversations that we have up front and how you approach situations and how you treat the immediate people around you. Again, the kingdom part is really important to me, but I'd rather see kingdom in you than hear kingdom in you, right? I don't need a Bible thumper that knows every scripture, right? I actually need a person that has a kind heart, that has love for other people, right? That actually has the joy of Christ in her and might not even understand that she has it in her. And then somebody that can actually be watered with the gospel that I have, right? So she can become her best self.
Nah, that's dope. That's dope. Appreciate that, man. And not but not least, we got Ashley. Two-part question as well. The second one is loading. I'm gonna start with the first one. Give us 3 random facts about yourself that we may not know.
3 random facts.
Hey, Tiffy, that was one of my questions.
Sorry about that. You have time to think of another one.
3 random facts about myself that other people may not know. I am an introvert for the most part. Like, well, I'm an ambivert, I'll say that. Because a lot of people, like when you first meet me, you may think like I'm an extrovert but I really enjoy my alone time. I enjoy being by myself. I have to like reset. I get overstimulated fairly quick, so I really have to just reset, So sometimes you may call me, my social battery may be low. I'll have to, shoot you a text. I'll call you later. Like I really enjoy my alone time. So that's one thing about me. But I feel like I can be extroverted around the right group of people, but I'm pretty much an introvert. One thing, I'm a daddy's girl. I don't know if a lot of people like that. I love my dad. Another thing, daddy's girl, introvert,
Any hidden talents?
any hidden talents? That's what I can think of right off the top of my head, honestly.
All right, I'll let you go with that. Don't want to, keep your brain going too much.
Yeah.
I guess the second part would be with how would you show someone, like if you're interested in someone, what are some things that one can look into, or how would, what are some things you would show someone if you were feeling someone, interested in someone?
If I was interested at the stage that I'm at right now, I think consistency probably for me. Like if I hit you like on a weekly basis, I'll say, because like every day is just it's just a lot for me right now. But like just a weekly basis, I would even say like every 2 weeks or so. I honestly don't know, because I prefer for the guy to show me that they're interested in me, and then I kind of like piggyback off that in a sense. Because I don't like rejection.
Nobody does.
Yeah, I don't like rejection. So like you need to show me that you're interested in me, and then I kind of piggyback off of it. Though I reciprocate energy. So that's how you'll know. Like whatever
If someone's showing that to you based on what you said, if someone's calling you like once a week, every 2 weeks, you would return and give them that same energy back or more.
Yeah, or more if I was interested in.
That's all from me. I'm gonna pass it on to T.
Tayo, give me two toxic traits that you have.
Ooh, spicy. Toxic traits. Put me on the spot. I would say
You ain't gotta think that hard now.
yeah, I don't know. I would just say I think I can still be a better listener. I think I can be a better listener. Sometimes things may pass me by when it comes to conversations, and I'll say I can be neater. I'm not the cleanest person at times when personal space.
Tayo, those are things you're working on. That's not toxic traits, but okay, I'll give you a pass.
Thank you, thank you.
That is just Ashley, what does love look like for you?
Love to me looks like something that is pure. I'll say that. Like just something that you just don't have to think about so much. You don't have to overthink. Everything is just reciprocated. Like it's not gonna be perfect, but I just feel like when you know, you know. if that makes sense. Like, sometimes you'll find yourself in situations that you just have to kind of work too hard. Like you're gonna have to put in work, but when it's just like so much riffraff and like things are just not aligning or flowing, or if you go in to communicate with the person and it's just another problem after that you even brought up that you had a problem, things like that, like it's gonna flow, in my opinion. Like you'll have those times where things are not flowing as well, but you'll be able to get through it fairly easy and be able to communicate and talk through things. So for me, like just something pure, somebody that's reciprocating, the same energy that you're giving out, and you'll be able to tell.
Mm. All right. Tutu, you're next. Sister girl, like you say.
Hey, sister girl.
Say there's this person that you're very, very interested in romantically, right?
Mhm.
And you happen to stumble on a book, a manual to this person. Do you look in that manual and do the manual, or do you let things happen naturally? What do you do?
Now, see, I feel like the right answer is supposed to be like, let it take its course. But
Listen,
me, my
there's no right
asshole looked
answer
into the
or
damn
wrong.
manual. Dang. Can I say both? Okay, I'm gonna say both because I feel like
Pick one. You can do
pick one.
both.
Okay. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like my ass gonna look at that manual, and it's just because I know the manual was there. I don't want to, but I just know myself that like I'm gonna look at the manual only because off of the like facts. For real, but I feel like I would look at the manual only because of what I have been through. So it's like, damn, if I have a manual like a cheat code to this person, I feel like maybe it might, but that might not also be the way. Cause shit, you could have the damn textbook and you still fail at this point. So it's just like, I don't know.
I'm taking that manual. I don't care what
I
anybody
feel like I'm
else
gonna take
says.
the manual. Like I really feel like I'm gonna take the manual because yeah, I need to know like what I'm getting myself into. Yeah, I'll take the manual.
Okay. So let me balance things out from the previous segment. MCJB, Wagwan. We spoke about giving women tips on making a safe space for men, right? And you're married. Throw some germ out there. What are some of the things that you do to make your wife feel safe? Like, not physically safe, but like a safe space in your home.
Wagwan, me sister. Me, I miss you so much, girl. You are run away from me, but glad thing you are back. Okay, let's go. So, what do I make my wife feel safe at home? Hmm. I have the African adage of a man is a provider. So I try as much as possible to provide, though I can't provide everything she needs because that woman needs a lot of stuff. She's a very fine woman. Yeah. So I always struggle. What I can give, I give. Um, best safe place at home. No matter what you do out there as a man, don't bring it to your house. No matter what you do, never ever make your woman to feel insecure at home. I see a lot of guys out there who have sex tapes going around the world, and you're married to a woman at home. How is she ever going to respect you?
Mm.
Yeah. No matter what you do out there, don't don't bring it home. Just we always say we are men, we are dogs, we are this, we are that, we are that. Yeah, but there are ways you can do those things without you having those kind of exposure. So number one thing is respect. Okay. Other than you providing, you gotta respect your woman. Yeah, not just your wife. Respect starts from your mom. If you cannot respect your mother, you will not respect another person on earth. For your mom says hello, you've said three, four things, forget it. If you can't respect your biological mom, you will not respect anyone on earth. So I respect my wife so much. I respect all the women around me. And I am I am trained on how to treat people right because of my past history when it came to me cheating on so many women. So I cultivated a lot of habits from women about you Some women just want to have their hair scattered. Someone just want to have their moments. So from my past experiences, they always say experience is the best teacher. I'm not like a priest in the church telling you how to love a woman who has never had a woman. I've had multiple women and I've actually learned on how to treating these women differently. So when I bring all those together, I actually look for ways that my wife can actually be nurtured and natural. You understand? So I bring those things together to actually make sure my woman is happy. But number one is respect. Number two, God fearing. You got to be God fearing, because if you love of God and you fear the Lord, you would definitely treat your woman right. And the last of it all, you got to make love to your woman, man.
Mm.
Yeah. When you're fighting, whatever you're doing, you do whatever you're doing, that is your woman. When you think that you can do whatever you do and you end up looking at her like, we're not sleeping, we're not doing this, you got to make love to your woman. No, but make
With
love
or
to your
without
woman.
gospel music.
Yes. And making love to your woman goes through to the same thing and it comes around like this. Make sure you eat her food. Thank you. Yeah. Eat her
That
food,
when
like her physical food. When she cooks, you will eat. If she cooks and you don't eat, you start giving those questions. Where did you eat and all those things? So no matter what I do out there, because I'm not perfect, I'm very liable to mistakes. You know, I'm an MC. I've played a lot. I go out there, I talk to girls, some stuff. "Oh, MC, can I have your number? I will give you my number." So no matter what happens, don't bring it back home. Thank you.
yeah. Okay. You're on a dating show. You have 40 seconds to sell yourself. Go.
Antagonistic.
I said sell yourself. I didn't say you should have them pop their balloons. You know that didn't show that way the guy goes and they pop the balloons? I said sell yourself.
I really cannot help you that way.
You don't know good things about yourself. You don't know something you can do to.
No, I really don't. I've never thought of that, really. I can't help you. I'm sorry.
You don't know good qualities about yourself. I guess we're gonna be here all night. When you think of them, you start spitting them out. Sell yourself. Talk
Maybe
your
come back
it.
to him.
Talk your shit.
Back to me, come back to me, but come back to me.
Ah, dear God.
I gotta process it.
Who's
I-
left?
I know, but
I've done everybody, right?
No, kingdom made, kingdom paid.
Oh, Aziz. Shit. Let me see. What can I ask Aziz? Aziz, what are some things about your character that you're working on?
Sometimes I could be too gangster for my own good, depending on the circumstance.
What do you mean by gangster? Hold up now.
Yeah, sometimes I want the action. Right.
What action?
It depends on the situation.
Okay.
Right. Just I think it's a part of me that likes that level of adventure sometimes, for better or for worse. So yeah, I'm working on that. That's nothing. For the most part, everything else is pretty solid though. But
So the what is solid?
I said for the most part, everything else is pretty solid though.
So that's the only thing. You're not working on your relationship with God, nothing? No?
Me and Jesus be kicking it. We good. Kicking it.
So you say you could be gangster with what?
Action.
Yeah, with actions, right? Depending on the situation.
So, action can be anything. Fill in the blanks, Ashley.
Trying to.
Okay. You ready to sell yourself?
Nah, man. Ask me a different question.
That's my wow. You tell me to ask you a different question. That is my question.
I really don't have. I can't answer that. I don't have answer. I really don't.
You don't want to, or you can't answer that because
Yeah.
you cannot tell me that you don't know anything good about yourself.
I cannot process it right now. Is what I'm telling you.
Okay, fine. Next person.
Who are you passing it to, T?
Oh, I have to pass to someone. Sorry,
Yeah,
Ashley.
it's gonna be Ashley, Kingdom 8, then Isa too. Mhm. Thank you, T. Okay.
Really?
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I thought you always answer all questions, man.
So one day that I don't, y'all want to crucify me, man?
No one's criticizing you. We just,
I cannot answer it right now, really. I cannot process that question right now.
Oh, okay. It's just that you cannot process
I
it.
cannot process it right now. My brain is too clogged up right now.
He's frazzled.
Sister T, you can hit him with another one, T. Feel free to hit him with another one.
No, it's good. That's
Okay, nice. Okay. Actually, over to you, then Aziz, then my brother, my sister. Bangura.
So I
Oh,
think,
we all asking questions.
yeah,
Yes, we are.
everybody's
Oh,
asking.
you haven't listened to the last after hours, huh? Oh, I know.
Why does this guy like to find my trouble? Like, you haven't learned yet. Okay.
He's there. He's snitching.
Man, you're my
Snitches
younger
get
brother, man.
stitches.
You're my younger brother, man. I will hold you back every time. Sister, over to you, Ashley.
Okay, so my question is gonna be for, I'll start with Tayo. So in your experience of having like you seem to have like a lot of female friends. Do you find that's like a problem when you're in a relationship with your significant other, or are they like okay with it, or how do you present that to them?
Yeah. So how do I present it to them? I don't really say much. For anyone that I'm normally dealing with, most of the time they would just say they don't want to see or don't bring anything to them. If they ask, I'll let them know. But most of the time, I would just generalize things to not make it seem more than what it is. So yeah, that's really how I deal with it. If they ask me something, I let them know, but I'm not going to overly give them information and things that I know that may make them feel uncomfortable in a certain way. So and then dealing with the friends, yeah, I mean, the female friends, they know their places, so we just keep it as what it is and keep on moving.
Do you think that like hinders you from being in a relationship? Because like we talked on the podcast before about how, like women, they should know that, like when they get in a relationship. I think we actually agreed on that, how they should know, like, having like male best friends or male friends, once
Hmm.
you're in a relationship with someone, like, how those things can, possibly hinder the relationship. So do you think like that's a possibility as to why you may be like, single, or like once you are in a relationship, do you think you would, probably try to like cut down a little bit? How would you navigate like being in a relationship?
No, I don't think it's that. I think we spoke about it in a previous episode too. I wouldn't say everyone is necessarily really a friend. Some may be a
Mhm.
colleague, associate, because for me to really say friend, that's someone who I'm talking in depth when it comes to numerous things. I would probably say I have more female associate and colleagues than friends. Um, but no, I don't think that hinders me. If anything, I learn from all of these women. When it comes to dealing in relationship issues, they can give me tips and things on, how the female nature or how they deal with things, and I can take that information when it comes to processing, in terms of getting into that next relationship or presently dealing with someone. So that's how I do it.
Okay. Thank you. My next question is for AK. Are you ready to answer questions now, AK? Is your brain still frazzled, or are you okay?
Shoot.
Okay, so what is one thing that people often misunderstand about you?
Misunderstand. There are certain viewpoints that people just misunderstand. They might come off as rude, or they might come off as that I am being, what's the word? I'd hit it if I may say. I'm missing the word right now, but it's not really the case. It's just more of sometimes how I express myself, and um, sometimes I talk the way I talk, and just like other people that talk the way they talk, don't want me to switch how I talk.
Mm-hmm.
To me, I feel as though it's not no issue, but maybe because of societal norms or what have you, they might think of it different. Yeah, of course, I know certain things I can change, certain things I can fix, but there are certain other things that it's just how it is. You know what I mean? Like, even when I think about it, there's no better way to put it. So I just put it the way it is. And it's not even a matter of that I'm sorry or whichever. For me, it's just a matter of if I feel as though the person is being soft and that is being soft and want to be pampered in a certain way in that given moment, uh, so be it. It doesn't change how I said or how I felt about the thing I said. You know what I mean? So that might be one.
So, is that something that you would be willing to change or like work on if you had a partner that like thought that maybe you spoke to them a little too harshly, or that you could be a little, softer with your words and your delivery?
For sure, for sure. But also too, it would take certain things, yes. Some other things, no, not necessarily because it's for me. I feel as though it's needed. It's needed for me. Um, and if not, I'll just probably, when it comes to them, turn that off. You know, just avoid, just avoid it in general. But to change it, no, not really, no.
So do you believe in like it's not what you say, it's how you say it?
Sometimes, yeah, definitely. Sometimes, yeah. But also too, I feel as though the other person on the other end too could also see how it could have also said something in a certain way so that it don't bring that side out. You know what I mean? Because it takes two to tango.
Okay. Understood. Thank you. My next question is for Aziz. So, do you feel like in this current era that we're in, there's a gender war that's going on?
Only to immature people.
Okay.
Right. Immature people get their information from outlets, right, that cooperate how they really see life, right? But a mature person understands that everybody and anybody has a mic, so anybody and everybody has an opinion, and it doesn't necessarily have to be factual, right? They just have a platform to speak their mind.
So, one more question for you. So, what features or characteristics would you like your wife to possess?
I like a kind woman. I like gentle women. I like caring, selfless, God fearing, family oriented, goofy, and authentic. You don't have to be like everybody else. You don't have to look like everybody else. You don't have to walk and talk like everybody else. Just own who you are, how God made you, and know that He made you a masterpiece, and we can work with the rest.
Thank you. My next question is for Therese. So it seems like you're like on I would say like a self-care healing type of journey. So what are some like good books that you can recommend for us? And like, what have you learned from like, embarking on this journey?
The Mountain is You by, good Lord, what's her name again? Brianna Weiss, I think is how it's said. Pretty much her whole collection.
Okay.
There's this one, the Garden Within. That's a really good one. Yeah.
Okay. And one thing that you your journey that you're on now, like just
Jesus
to, like,
Christ. I think I'm learning to embrace my emotions.
Mhm.
It's not something that has always been in the cards for me, right? Just based on, life.
Mhm.
But I am learning that my emotions are not the enemy. And I'm actually learning to feel things.
Okay. And how's that working out for you?
Oh Lord Jesus. It's like a floodgate
Mhm.
because There are a lot of emotions that I've experienced really for the first time that I've actually said out loud. It's been overwhelming. But hey, it's a learning process for me, right? I cannot control an emotion or redirect it if I don't even know what it feels like. So yeah, you know.
Okay. I don't want to keep asking, but I have one more question for you. So you seem like you have like this hard exterior. Like, what does it take for like a guy to get in and like really get to know you and like just like
um, I how do I put this? I am the simplest person that you would ever come across. And I say this and people don't believe me. But I am so simple, I guess. It's the simple things for me. I mean that in the most literal term of it. It's the very, very simple things.
Okay. Well, thank you. I know I had a lot of questions for you.
We can talk outside of the recording if you want.
So I'm gonna I'm gonna go back to Tutu.
At this point, if it ain't working, we gonna night. It's okay.
It's kind of like on and off. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to MCJB. MCJB.
Yes, my crush. What's up?
What's the most outrageous thing you've done for love or friendship?
Outrageous thing I've done for love or friendship. There's so many. Let me just see the one I can pick up and go with it. So many things I've done that I'm not proud
The
of.
most outrageous.
I think I was dating a girl one time in Cameroon. When I moved to the state, 2009, I stayed for 2 years without the relationship because I was still in love with her. Then all of a sudden, mm, the girl, my ex tried to come to the US 3 times and she was denied visa. Was it 2 times? Yeah. And she told me to go date her friend. And I went, I dated a friend. And we dated for like a whole year. And my ex will call me from Nigeria and ask me, how is your girlfriend? My girlfriend is fine. They say, okay. We'll talk. We get off the phone. She'll call her friend. How is her boyfriend? JB is just there, those kind of things. So yeah, we did it for a whole year and it was crazy. And to make this story very interesting, the lady I was dating, yeah, free pass. The lady I was dating actually dated my cousin before me.
Mm-hmm.
So while I was in Cameroon, I connected the lady to my cousin. So they were talking and they were dating. So they had relationships until they did stuff. So 2 cousins dated 2 friends indirectly. That was crazy. It was so crazy because you cannot actually. When my ex calls me up to date, sometimes we'll talk and be like, you didn't treat my friend right. You didn't treat my friend right. I was like, you pushed me to that. You told me to go date your friend. Yeah, so that's what I did. I'm not proud of it, but it was fun.
It was fun.
It was
So,
so fun. Yeah.
so how did you know that your wife was the one?
My wife is not in the
Yeah.
picture.
No, I'm saying now. This is another question.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Another question.
Okay.
You asked us earlier, like things that we can do. So when you met your wife, how did you know that she was did you know right off back that she was the woman that you wanted to marry? Or was it like as time progressed and you dated her, you saw different characteristics about her that you loved and you thought like this could be my wife?
That's why men kill their women because they don't know her. They don't know them. And they invest so much on one person. You take so much. That's why I always tell folks, I can never stop loving my ex-girlfriend. I just cannot date her no more. But if I had loved you as a girlfriend, the love is in my heart. There are things about you that I love so much, but I can't actually, we can have consent to like have sex and do the things we used to do, right? So while I was dating my wife, I had other girls I was talking to. I had other girlfriends. So I went into, there was actually um, uh, a scale of preference where I had to go to the top. And and I picked the best. You understand? So I had like 8 girls I was talking to at the time. I was not into sexual relationships with all of them, but I had a lot of ladies I was talking to at the time. So I had to go with the one that was she actually was closer to what I was looking for at the time, and she became my wife. Why do you put so much effort in one person? When the person breaks your heart, you're gonna die. Or broke your heart, you're gonna die. You're gonna kill that person. As long as you're single, have as much fun as you can. Once you're married, stay home.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Is my thing working? Yes or no? Oh, yes, no.
Yeah, you're sounding better now.
Okay, what was my question? Let's catch it as this thing is working though. You guys better hope. So what's my
Right.
question?
Right. Okay, so my question for you was like, when are you going to be ready when love comes again? Like, what would a guy have to show you in order for you to know, like, okay, I can trust my heart with this person and I'm ready to, like, be able to give them my all again?
Hmm. I think you know how that sometimes there's that saying that says like, let a guy like you more than you like a guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think I don't know. I don't want to say that I be liking guys more than they like me, but sometimes I don't be liking the guys at all. But I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like he really just gotta like I feel like I shouldn't have to explain what I like or tell you what I like. You know what I'm saying? Like I shouldn't have to not necessarily teach you how to love because at the end of the day you're always teaching somebody, but I shouldn't basically have to show you how to love me in a sense, if you get what I'm saying, you know? So it's like if I'm telling you something or I'm showing you something and like I said, everybody knows that like just the little things. I'm very big on little things. So just doing things because you care, because you thought of me in the store, you thought of me, just things that I'm just like, oh damn, like I didn't even really think he was gonna pay attention to that. Just kind of just going above and beyond, without me telling you, oh, can you do it? Or without me asking you to do it. I think that would kind of give me like a sense like, okay, damn, like you really pay because I think that's kind of like my issue. I'm always telling somebody like what I like or what I want, but it's just like I can't force somebody to do something they don't want to do.
Right.
Yeah. So what was the second part? What was the other? What was the? That was it.
Yeah. So basically you're saying they would have to show you all of these things in terms of like you not having to tell them and all. You say
Yeah.
you're not going to tell them what you need from them, and that's how you'll know you're ready to like. You'll be able to trust them with your heart. Like, is that how you'll know you're ready to like trust a person
Well,
with your heart?
yeah.
Like you'll love again.
Just kind of make me feel comfortable in a safe space as well too. Like I'm very just give me that opportunity to where I don't feel as if like I have to be guarded with you, or where I don't feel like let me feel like as if like okay, this could potentially be home. Like this is my person. Yeah.
Understood. Thank you. I think I asked everyone their questions, so we're passing it to Aziz.
All right. Let's continue in the same vein with Tutu while her mic is working. Mic check. Mic check.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. Can you hear me? Oh, thank God. Okay.
Tutu, keep my question simple and to the point. Is it hard to find a good man? And what are 3 traits of a good man?
Is it hard to find a good man out here in these Dallas streets? Hell yeah, it is. I don't know. I just think to find a good man, is it hard to find a good man? I think it is. I think it is hard to find a good man because I could say maybe like the guys that I've been running to, I don't think they're good. Like I don't think they're intentional. Um, and then what are 3 traits that make a good man? You said intentional, Consistent, and damn, I don't know what the last one would be. Intentional, consistent, and make a good man. Damn, I don't know what the third one is. I don't know. I guess I could just throw in fun. There you go. Somebody you could be yourself around, like all around himself. Yeah.
Bonus question. What role does God play in your dating?
In my dating,
Yes.
this is there even a role that's being played right now? Just chill. I mean, if a role was played, I think maybe my man will be somewhere there. But I don't know. I don't. That's something I always really kind of battled with, because I'm just like, dang, like where my man at, and why everybody got their own person or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, dang, is he waiting for the right time? Am I not ready? That's why he's not like, I don't know the role, but I think it's a very important role that God will play in my relationships for sure. Like I always say, my person has to be a God-fearing man for sure. Because at the end of the day, when you're in a partnership or a commitment with somebody, at the end of the day, in order to make it work for real, I mean, it takes both of us to make it work, but also too, you need our big homie up there too. So I mean, at the end of the day, I don't know. I don't know. It just, I don't know if he plays a role right now. Does he? I don't know.
Okay, to be continued. Thank you.
If he's listening, Lord, help your child. Help us.
Okay, I got one more bonus question for you. If God said, I need you to be celibate for a year, right? So I can prepare your husband for you. Could you do that?
We already on the road to that journey anyway, so might as well. Let's go.
Okay. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Ashley, you up?
Yes.
So there's been a consistency with us specific questions you've been asking since I've been on, right? And it's centered around guy girl relationships, right?
Oh,
So my first
All my questions? I think majority of them, except for the one face.
so my first question is, the last podcast that I was on, you asked about a guy that you may have an interest in that has a lot of relationships with it, right? Have you since
I see where you're going with this. I see where you're going with this.
have you since resolved that?
Did I say it was, I said, yeah, it was the guy that I was talking. Yeah, I have actually. I have.
And what did you conclude?
I concluded, maybe I was looking for an excuse. I just think honestly, maybe I just wasn't into that person like I, and maybe that was just something I was going with, because I knew that it probably was other things that I didn't like about the person. I just didn't feel compatible with the person. So, yeah.
What's your love language?
My love language is quality time, acts of service, and physical touch.
All three?
All three. I can't choose one over the other. But I guess the time would be number one if I had to choose quality time. Because in quality time, you're pretty much doing all of those things. So,
Three things your future husband should know about you.
my future husband needs to know about me.
Future husband.
My future husband needs to know about me. They're going to be a very lucky guy. I think that's number one. And then honestly, that the man that I plan to marry, I plan to do everything that I can in my power to make things work. So He needs to be somebody that I feel like can properly lead me. That way I feel comfortable in listening to, what you have to tell me, and, just following you. So the third thing is we're going to live a great life. So I just want you to be prepared for the ride, and I'll be prepared as well. And that's what I'm doing in my waiting season. So
Amen. Thank you.
thank you.
Therese, welcome home. It's been too long.
Thank you. Thank you.
The people want to know, how much did you miss the podcast while you were gone?
I don't think I missed it because I still was very involved. I listened to every episode, every after hour segment too. So, I mean, I guess I just missed having, being here, but not really because it's not like I tossed it away. So,
In your opinion, why is Therese single?
Jesus Christ. Because Therese has not been chosen.
Mm. Mm. What do you think are 3 traits that separate you from most women?
Ooh, I um I am extremely kind and I hate it. Let's see what else. I think that I consider myself a very understanding woman. Third, I actually enjoy being there for the people that I care about.
Since he's probably going to listen to this podcast,
Say
how does
that
he? I said, since Mr. Wright is probably going to listen to this episode,
loud.
how does he come correct? How does he approach you?
How does he come correct? How does he approach me? Those are two different questions.
How does he get your attention, pretty much?
I mean, you can't get my attention first if you don't holler. So holler.
DMs.
DMs, phone number, email, friend of a friend, whatever. Just holler, right? That's how you get my attention initially.
So you don't have a preference? There's no approach that you would prefer?
I do have a preference. Just don't call me in the street. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
Like in any way that is deemed that has decorum, I'm good with. Let me put it that way. How you would get my attention? Say what?
How will you get your attention?
I have noticed that it doesn't matter what a guy has if he is not if he cannot hold intelligent conversations and he is not emotionally intelligent, he erases whatever thing that you have going on for you.
How important is looks to you?
Oh, it's important. It's high up there with character too. I mean, I'm not gonna now when you say that sometimes people think you want someone with a six-pack and but looks is important to me because that would be the first thing that I see. It would be the thing that I see when I don't like what's coming out of you.
That's true.
So it has to be something that I can behold. There's a reason why it says beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I need to behold. So yeah, also I want someone who cares about the vessel that they have, right? If you cannot steward your own body, then I don't know what we're doing. It's the one most gift that you have. If you cannot handle that well, I don't know. I don't want you dying before me. Now, granted, everybody gonna die or whatever, but I need you to at least be up there physically in terms of physical attraction. You should be able to go on high. I don't need you climbing stairs and you're breathing like you're about to pass out. That's very unattractive. So
Fair enough. And then my last question is, all three ladies all are in Texas. Have you actually met each other in person?
No.
I don't meet each other in person.
Ashley is in Houston and Tutu is somewhere over on the west side, right? You're in Garland, you said, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, she's on the east side. She's about an hour or so away from me. So no, we have not met.
Three sisters, three single ladies. A lot of fun that could be had. I'm just saying.
True. Possibilities are endless.
Mhm.
Therese, we taking a trip to Houston?
Hey, let's do it when.
Yeah.
Girl, shit. You know, I don't like to stay in my house, so
You don't? I like to
Sounds
stay in
like
my
a
house.
girl's trip.
No, I meant for traveling. Traveling wise.
Come
I'm
before
always like, I'm
September. Just come before September.
Before September, okay. I mean, let me know, Tutu. I stay in my house for 2 weeks. If not for church, I probably wouldn't open my front door. So let me know.
There you go. Okay.
There we go. There we go. Appreciate you, Therese. Thank you. MCJB. Your turn.
Oh God. I beg one question, please. Please.
One question for JB. Fair enough. So a lot of people might hear you and misunderstand you, right? What do you think is a common misconception people have of you?
I'm a womanizer.
No, nobody thinks that.
Oh, trust me.
You got a face for radio.
Cameroonians know that. And they just see me because I'm always around. I'm always around now. Ladies and gentlemen, like ladies will come around you. I always have tickets. I always have events going on and stuff like that. And some ladies would a lady who wants a free show will get closer to you than a guy who wants a free hosting and stuff. So if I get into a room out of 80 women, I can at least 70 of them will know me. So those men who are very low spirited, those who have not really dated so many women, they tend to feel like you talking to a woman means that you're actually sexually attractive to her. So a lot of men think that about me when it comes to my interaction with women. And also they think I am I'm proud. I think so too. Yeah, that I went to boarding school, and boarding school we show up. We show up not like it's pride, but you're showing up because you want to actually belong to a certain class. So that got kind of like into my lifestyle. So I can like come to a place putting on the kind of the way I wear my shoe. We can wear the same shoes, but the way I wear mine and act with mine, I feel like, oh, that guy is so proud and stuff like that. So just things that I've been doing from 10 years, 9 years through this age. Excuse me. I was eating peanut. Why? So it kind of like act like maybe this dude is proud. I think those two, proud, being proud and also womanizer.
You know, it's interesting because a lot of the things that you described, right, are the reason why you're such a great MC, right? So there needs to be a level and a sense of pride for every MC, right? And there needs to almost be a puffing up the chest, right? And then a level of exaggeration in everything that you do and say, right?
Thank you.
So I get it, bro. What do you think your wife would say your best quality is?
My best quality is I trust a lot. I think someone mentioned that earlier. I trust a lot. So I'm always in problems. I'm currently having an issue where this lady came to me and I went to my friend and took some money from my friend. Up to date, that lady has not paid that guy's money, and now I'm forced to pay that money to that guy just because of trust. So I don't like that about me. I hate to hear you have a problem because I always tell people that I cannot be saving money on earth when someone is suffering from a terminal illness or maybe facing eviction. Why do I have a bank account? I'm saving money when I can actually help a stranger or a friend or someone. So I'm that kind of person that I can be going somewhere and I see someone, uh, say around 50 or 60, selling something by the way, and I just stop by and buy everything and give to people. You know, I cannot change the world. I can't help everyone. So there's some of those things that I have to just let go, and let people deal with stuff. So I think that's a weakness. It's not too good. And I think, yeah, look at when it's $200. So those are not good qualities. And also, my first 4 years of marriage was kind of different because I was completely shut down. Then COVID came and opened me. So now I have a new character, which is also giving out so much information. Because of COVID, you're supposed to talk to people so you don't get depressed. So I give a lot of information, which is not so vital. So I'm kind of shying away from that too.
Mm. So you went MCJB 2.0 after COVID.
Oh, COVID, prior to COVID, I was not really hosting. No. I stayed for 10 years in the US without hosting any event. 10 good years. So I started hosting more like 2021. Yeah. Did you information that is not okay. Do I give information that is not do I give out information which is not valid or vital? Okay. I say this all the time. A lot of people always limit, and it's American way of life. I don't feel like I'm limited because from my childhood, right, I grew up in an environment where I was always very, very subjected. Oh, you don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. So I've always wanted a voice. So when I got to university now doing law again, you're doing law and you have a philosophical background. I was the best student in philosophy in the Northwest Province at that time. So my mindset was always at that point where I want people to understand me. But people don't care about what you think. They just feel like, okay, maybe you're talking too much, or maybe people don't care. People just want negative energy. Like now, they'll look at America, the whole media now is about Hunter Biden who's going to be jailed. Okay, they've completely forgotten about Trump. So whoever is talking about Trump right now, you're doing too much. So to me, anything that is vital, I'll talk about it. But I always try to correct people, which I think I have to stop. Just let people have their opinions and let's move on. Yeah.
I like that. And the last question is, in one sentence, describe each lady on the podcast.
I'm so sad and I'm very, very angry when T will actually say a man has not picked her. I'm sitting here looking at a woman who is a perfect depiction of a classified housewife or married marriage material. Why would you want to submit yourself to a man to pick you as a wife? So I see her as a lady who can actually get everything by herself. She got it all, an independent woman. I know so many sisters who leave here and go to Cameroon and pick a man and marry. You understand? I see so many women who leave and go out of the Cameroon community and get married to foreigners. So I feel like my sister has really put herself in a box, is waiting for a man to pick her up, which I think is a good thing. Ashley, I see Ashley as a woman that is
The fuck? You just gonna slide through that, bro?
I see Ashley as a woman that is. Oh no, those are my views now, sister. Those are my views. I'm giving you a compliment. It might sound some kind of way, but it's a compliment I'm giving to you because I think you're top notch. I don't think a man should pick you. I think you should pick your man. That's what I'm saying. I'm giving you credence. Oh yeah, I'm instead giving you credit, sister. So I see Ashley
I'll
as a
come for
woman.
classes after this.
Okay. I see Ashley as a woman that is she is being trained on how to get married. Like she knows when the time comes she would. Because from the way she sounds, she's looked into what Ozempic does, the benefits and stuff like that. She wants to do it. So she's doing that research about life. She mentioned that the other time. She doesn't just follow what people are doing. I know of ladies who don't even know why they are on Ozempic, but she has watched the whole documentary. She knows what it is, and I was educated through her. So I kind of like understand that woman as a woman who knows what she wants, and I love her mannerisms. I love her intelligence. I know she's getting towards the right path. Okay. Now, when we go to Tutu, I see Tutu as a lady that is is engulfed a little bit with her work, but in as much as her work is actually taking the best of her, she makes time for the family. She makes so much time for her family. She's always around family and stuff like that, and she's very, very focused. This lady handles these shows like she's been doing it for many times. But my only issue with Tutu is, if one man should mess up in a relationship with you, don't shut down your door for other opportunities to come your way. You feel me? Men will always mess up. But guess what? As a woman, don't allow men to pick you. Pick your man that you want. And if that man is going, because my wife actually picked me from all those other girls that are around me. She picked me and I had to succumb to her. So all my sisters are beautiful, they are nice, but I want my sisters to let's take this friendship to another level. So tomorrow I can send my kids to go visit them as their aunties, not just sitting here and talking on a podcast. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, MTJP. Thank you, sir. Kyle, Chef T.
Yo,
Happy Tuesday, bro.
happy Tuesday.
You get a lot of flack for having a lot of female friends. What is the origin of that? Why you got so many female friends, bro?
Like I stated previously, I think the word friend gets carried around a lot. I got a lot of associates, colleagues, few friends. The lack of that, I have no clue. I don't know if people have not seen a guy or male that deals with many female friends or colleagues or interactions. Due to my work, and I'll say just due to my personality, I'll call myself a people person. I'm always interacting with people and things that I do daily work, personal life. I'm not sure. I'm always genuine, and I think my connection at times with people may seem more than what it is, and people may construe that to be something else in regards to maybe my own personal life. But I just try to be myself, man. And for the people, and trust me, like I've come across people at times that I'm not going to be. I can't please everyone. Not everyone's someone that's going to like my vibe and things of that nature. That's something over time that you realize that no matter what you do, some people are just not going to mess with you. And I've come to an understanding to just deal with that. So for the people who do enjoy my company, I definitely make sure I reciprocate that back to them as well. So from the people outside looking in, if that's happening to, if that's what y'all see, that's just what it is. You know what I mean? I'm just being myself, I'm saying, connecting, communicating, always trying to level up and learn from the people that are around me.
I love
So
that.
in other words, you a friendly nigga.
I did not say that.
Oh, okay. Sorry, sir.
I'm not a people pleaser. I'll tell you that. I think a friendly guy may fall in the term of pleasing someone. So, like I said, I got to make sure everything is reciprocated. So I'm not going out of my way for people.
What's a friendly need?
No, he's not a pleaser. I didn't say he's a pleaser. No, a friendly nigga is when you have a lot of women friends and stuff, and you just
be smiling with any and
yes,
everyone.
you just smiling anyhow. Like, hey, friend.
Overly friendly.
You don't want your man to be a friendly like you don't want your man
No, because what? You don't need to be friendly with all them hoes. You need to be friendly with my
exactly.
hoes.
Like,
That's what it is. No.
Your position is secure. You wouldn't have to worry about that.
Well, how am I gonna know that if you over here smiling at Keisha, Tasha, everybody can't talk about something? Let's go
when
hang out
I'm
and do this and
intimate
that.
with my person, they will know the difference. Whatever you see in public with me and what I do intimately with my person is 10 times way more. So I mean,
Okay, lover boy.
Period.
yeah, that's not
right.
something that the public will know, but whoever I'm dealing with, through acts of service, quality time, and me, expressing myself, they will feel and know that, I'm messing with them, and they are the one.
Okay, so when you go get drinks with Keisha and Tasha, you should not take me with you as well, right?
Nah, we don't have to do
Huh?
that.
What did I do? But why not? But why not?
Because we have our own intimate time. Unless you're already cool with Keisha and Tasha and y'all got a connection, why not? We can all go out. But if you don't know Keisha and Tasha, I'm not gonna bring you around just to go out and have drinks. Like y'all don't connect with each other. That's me forcing a situation and is just gonna cause issues. So if you already have a connection, why not? We can all hang out. But if not, I'm not
Are
that
you
person.
gonna
Say it again.
are you gonna create that connection?
If if it happens naturally, yeah, I'm not gonna force it. I can't
Okay.
force nothing, you know. Not everyone connects with everybody, you know what I mean? So I think
Still
one
talking,
thing to respect that.
still talking about friendship, right?
No, well, no, now no. What she was saying in the sense of like my significant other, will I bring them if I'm going out with a friend or something like that? And I'm like, if they don't have a connection, there's no need, you know what I mean? So
Sure, sure. Thank you for clearing that up, bro. I didn't know
yeah,
the answer. Yeah, I didn't know the
nah,
answer.
I had to, nah. Thank you for asking, so I could, so the listeners know.
Okay. And then my second question is you see your spiritual journey, right, has gotten to a place where it's visible that you're doing things differently. What was kind of the genesis of that, and what is your end goal?
The genesis of that was just kind of seeing myself in a long term, in a sense, kind of going through a loop and noticing that if I wanted to get different results, certain things are going to have to change. You can't keep, they say someone who's insane continues to do the same thing and expect something different, you know? So I felt that there are areas within my life that I could say, you know what, let me really take initiative and wholeheartedly take a step and try and changing these things and see, you know, how that works for me. Um, I believe the end goal is just I'll say that I mean the end goal is definitely always creating a closer connection with God, and then I think is really just you know, being the best version of me that I can be. So one thing I always say is that, you know, me being my best version, anyone that's in my circle or around me is definitely going to benefit from that. So I think just along my journey, and like you stated, of me being a better version of me and people noticing and seeing impact is already speaking for itself in a sense of me getting to that, you know, optimal version of myself.
Love that. Thank you. Last question. One sentence for each of the ladies on the podcast. How you would describe them?
Okay. I'll go with Tutu first. Very energetic, passionate, and driven. Um, for T, I would say sometimes can be very misunderstood, but I believe she is caring for the things that she really takes her time with, and it seems like she's an amazing cook. She be throwing down for people who don't know. TV whipping it up on a daily. And then for Ashley, I would say very God fearing, very intelligent, goal driven, and I would say optimistic.
Appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much. The people seem to love Tile, but question Chef T. I don't know if that's two different people or the same person, but you're all right with me, bro.
Hey man, you already know, man. It's always love.
Uncle AK, you are the last but not least, bro. Uh, being the pilot of the SITM universe and the vision behind Palm Mind Central, right? What's your bigger picture for this platform?
Um, for the most part, I think it's an outlet for each and every one of us to speak our truths, share ideas, if anything, and then grow as individuals. Because at the end of the day, 5 years from today, you'll come back on YouTube and you'll find it. You're gonna find these recordings, and you can vet yourself. You can see your progress over time. That's if you're actually being intentional with the things you say and the things you want to go about. Hopefully, within that course, it can go to bigger and better things. Maybe we get to do this in person. We get to do this in a bigger audience, right? Not just in a room or you in your room. Yeah, we get to do this in a big audience where we get to interact with other people, even create potlucks or sip and paint, things like that. That people think about. I don't think I'm the best at those ideas, but definitely welcome if there are any. And yeah, but most of all, just a space where it's like an archive, a diary. And as you're doing that, you create memories and impacting others too as well, even though MCJB thinks that that's not the case.
I love that. I always say that years from now, when we're older and all in our 60s, we're going to look back on these moments and laugh about everything that we talked about and who we were. And this is one of those things that our kids will look back on and say, Daddy and Mommy, you did this and that, and you said this and that. This is what you said when you were young. So I appreciate you creating that avenue for us. You're very intentional about who you create, who you bring on, but more intentional about who you make a host. Tell me one thing about what you saw in each of the hosts that made you want them to be a host on a podcast.
When JB, he's an MC to begin with, what I mean? It's an avenue for him to express. I mean, if there's philosophers that always say it's an avenue for him to express some of the thoughts that he has in his head. Definitely a good banting partner and somebody who would hold his own. I like the abstract viewpoints, and I like the fact that he's not scared to let them rip, regardless of how he, she, they, I think, right? Therese, Therese, it began first of all with us needing a female presence, but not just that, an outspoken one at that. Somebody who is not shy and who can hold each and every one of us accountable, right? Because sometimes it was just a lot of talk, but then when she jumped in, it was, some people now started, checking themselves for the session and things, which came in very handy, and I'm being honest, she talks very slow. So sometimes I just sit and laugh at how slow she talks. But anyways, I just, but anyways, her viewpoints, actually we do the book club together too as well. So it's just those different viewpoints that she might chime in within certain topics. Talking very slow today, Jesus. Within certain topics. So yeah, viewpoints, female presence, the very first, fact checker, and a little shit talker. And then yeah, very outspoken man. No, very outgoing. I think, when he came on the first time, we chopped it up. I was like, yeah, definitely we need this guy on. Some little biased because I was like, yo, we need to change culture. So Nigerian, you and Nigeria, I think there were a lot of coverage. So I was like, yo, yeah, another Nigerian person on the platform. So that was one of the factors too. And then also realized that he's like a people person. So he would bring on more folks onto the platform too as well. You know what I mean? So that was, one aspect there.
So he's not a friendly Negro, he's a people person.
Yes, yeah. That's what they've coined for you, man. What else? yeah, that, and then we've been doing this since the couch talk, right? The couch talk on SITM podcast. So it just went from there. We just kept building and building and building. So um, Tutu was her daily, her day to day. One is a radio, radio personnel. So we needed that structure, the way she approached certain things. Really needed, like, if I may say, somehow, some way, the same way as I go about it from a male perspective, she brings in that female perspective to it, right? The topics and stuff, all of that. Um, Kind of like piggybacking off of, our main job is like, okay, you get a main job, you already create your topics there. Whatever is, like in restaurants, they serve the food and then at the end of the day, they throw the rest away. Whatever it is that they're throwing away at the radio, you'll bring it over here. So, different, things like that. And then can start a conversation. Not to say everybody else is not doing that, but she can, do it, effortlessly. And then also to not scared to fact check folks and stir up the pot. And then Ashley, you know, we all Africans over here. So very first African American sister that she joined us. Um, that was one. That was one, and then two, outspoken. Three, she brought the smarts too, and four, she was not with the shits. From day one. The fact that she always poking at my shit, I was like, all right, yeah, I need somebody who's not scared of poking at my shit too, because sometimes others might, be focused on other things. So it's like everybody, it's like it's just like a perfect blend, right? So, and also too, we needed, like, this right now is three guys. No, wait, I can't count, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, four guys, three girls at least, but if there's another, if there's another female, that'd be perfect. So just making it uniform and bringing the right people who are not scared to express themselves, who are not scared to share ideas, even though, from last episode, as is doing, without your presence, there were some things that were said.
I've been told.
But
Only necessary.
I'm just saying, I'm not starting nothing. I'm just saying. But yeah, that's it. Yeah. Yeah. Not to take so much time, but
Appreciate you, bro. My last question is, being a new father, what are you going to teach your daughter when she's of age about how she should be treated by a man?
great question, man. Great question. I've been thinking about this one for the longest, to be honest, I've not really gotten an answer to that just yet. That's a question I'm still refining. That's a question that I'm still trying to answer for myself. Because I have to first of all understand, because I co-parent, right? Co-parent with my mother, so I have to first of all understand spaces. So sometimes there's only so much I can do before it gets reverted, right? And there's so much too that goes on the other side. When I'm trying to find a way to see how I can manage that, and that ties into that question that you asked. So I'm still really trying to understand what playing field I'm in, really, and then I have a better way to navigate that question. But for the most part, I may say, definitely tons of respect, to get our own, right? Not depend on a man, and very God fearing, definitely, yeah, very God fearing, and education will be number one. Like, we'll be right there, alongside each other. Education will be right there. So yeah, it's a scary thing to think about. Not gonna lie, but I know with time I'll definitely figure it out. But for now, I can't say I have it, have the answer to that really.
I love that. Bonus question. They say that a man should be the version of himself that he wants his son to become, and a woman should be the version of herself that she wants her daughter to become. If your daughter got older and brought you home, would you be satisfied with that selection, or would you tell her to go find somebody better?
At the end of the day, there's that saying that you make your bed, so shall you lay on it. You can say that, and she elopes with that guy. What are you going to do? I think that as she grows up, it's my place to kind of show her, right? Like, hey, this is that. And eventually, being around enough and seeing how, culture, religion, and everything ties in, she'll be able to make up her own mind on what she really wants in that aspects of things. But I can only try. I can only do as much as I can. That decision will be hers to make at the end of the day.
Okay, I like that. One word to describe each of the ladies on the podcast.
Too problematic sometimes, very problematic. But I guess she says she's finding grace. So we'll give her that. She's finding grace. Therese. Yeah, she's finding grace too. But wait, is it? Wait, anyways, let me just keep going. She's finding grace too, but try her and you understand what it means to be mouthy. Ashley, yeah, she's finding her grace too, but our matter of fact, they're all mouthy. I just give it to all of them. Mouthy. That's why they are here, you know what I mean? So, yeah.
Appreciate you, bro.
Sure.
That's all my questions.
Thank you so
All right,
much.
that's
Thank you.
it.
Yeah. What's your sister?
It's too late. Y'all gonna have to try this again next week.
Just round up. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm done. You're the last.
Lord. Oh God.
I
Okay.
saw you.
Were
you writing down stuff? Just go one question each.
Okay. Tayo, if somebody could, if they did a biopic about you, who would play you?
Say that again.
If somebody was to do a biopic, a movie about you, who would you choose to be you?
A biopic of a movie. Who would I choose to be me?
Mm-hmm.
As in, like,
not Rama,
or just
like, who do you feel like would be best to play you? Like, if there's somebody did a documentary or a biopic about Tayo, the life of Tayo, who would play you?
who would play me? Someone that
Recent Baby Boy.
Oh, okay. So I can choose an actor. If I had to pick someone, I would probably and this is not based off of looks. This is based off someone I believe that can probably play a role. I'll go with Denzel.
I beg Tayo. But no, I mean, I asked and he answered. So hey, if you think
I may have kind of misconstrued it, but yeah.
Oh, okay, I get you. Okay, cool. All right, next person. Next person. I'm surprised that nobody said Brenna Boy, but okay, cool. Which color? The T. If you could describe your sex life with an emoji, what would it be?
The smoke.
What does the smoke mean?
Like, maybe not the smoke. I don't know. Oh, the ghost emoji, I think.
Casper?
Yeah.
I get you, sis. I get you.
Yeah, that one MCJB just put up. Non-existent.
Okay, cool. What you call it? Ashley, what sex position could you give a master class on? Yeah, I gave your ass this question for a reason. Don't sit here and be trying to, I don't know. Don't give us an answer.
I would probably say back shots.
Do tell.
I mean, I think that's my favorite position, and I think I've just mastered the, art of backshot.
Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Um.
I know got frayed hands after that.
MC JB. What makes you feel the most confident? I'm handsome. So you being handsome? Okay. All right. I'll take that. And AK. What is your favorite way to be affectionate with someone? This guy has been pondering all evening.
Cook, I guess.
Cook. Okay. All right. Cool.
I
Okay.
said
All right.
to, I said to please, I was just messing with you. That was not. I was just gonna. I wanted to see what you're gonna do. I think.
Oh.
I think. What makes me is my language, my diction, and the way I sound. I think I'm confident in that. Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Okay. That's it for me. I went through everybody, right? Yeah.
Thank you so much, guys. It's late. I know we have to go. Next week I will take the segments, and thank you all for participating. It was fun. Let's go back, guys. Let's continue to share the video so we can get a lot more interactions and stuff like that. It's been wonderful having you all. I'll pass it back to AK. Love you all.
Close. This your order. Close the other one. Close.
Okay, let me close this one. So, ladies and gentlemen, your favorite MC Roy, MC JB, you know how we'll do it. I'm gonna be in the DMV this time around. Start today. I'll be hosting a wonderful graduation. Dr. Pamela Oria Force is going to be fun. Please come there if you're invited. I hope to see you all. My beautiful ladies out there who are still single, you're single by choice, okay? It's not that you're no man. So keep on being single. When you find the right one, you get it. For those who are married, try to stay married if you cannot. If you cannot one, get a divorce. For the guys right here who are still very active and single in their lives, continue to be single. Thank you so much and have a good one.
Promo day, you did on your event this weekend.
Sorry?
On the event.
What's wrong with you, girl? What did you do? Who did you kiss last night? Who did you kiss last night? What's going on with you? We can't hear you.
If you guys are watching for the first time, welcome. Make sure you this video to your friends. Make sure that you go ahead and do this.
Don't talk. We can't hear anything you're saying. Don't talk. I said we can't hear you. Don't talk, girl. Just type it. Type everything down. You're fast in typing. Okay, guys. It's been wonderful. Let's go spread love out there, man. You guys are surprised I talked about the Bible today, right? Next week, I'm just talking about the Bible. Confuse you guys.
No, voila.
Okay, Jean-Baptiste.
Abi.
Oh, I like when you say that name again.
Oh gosh.
Oh my god. The way you say my name makes me to feel some type of way, girl. And I miss you so much.